is up, everybody? This is a little bit different, isn't it? You're not used to seeing us more than once every 2 weeks. But here we are. Well, 2/3 of us anyway. For those of you that don't remember, I'm Daniel, and joined by the one and only Brett.
Hey, everybody.
However, Salo will not be here for this video. But he has been replaced by this fascinating image, so to speak.
It looks like him.
Maybe it'll provide just as much information. Taking shots at the man, and he's not even here. So last NFL season, Brett and I went through and did weekly predictions on my personal YouTube channel. But we decided now that we have the podcast up and running, we wanted to bring that to this channel to get more content out to you guys, for you guys to watch on a regular basis. And we wanted to start that right now with us going through and roughly predicting, very, very roughly predicting each team.
The amount of unknowns with this.
Each team's success in the 2022 schedule. So, just so you guys can see what I have prepared for you, it is each team in alphabetical order, because that's how it came, and that's how we're going to do it, with all of their games separated by these yellow lines. If the background of the game is white, that means that the game is at that team. If the background of the game is a color that matches the team that we're talking about, it is a home game. And then if the background of the game has a flag behind it, that represents the country that game will be taking place in as part of the NFL's ongoing expansion to Germany, the United Kingdom, and Mexico.
Just go back down one second. I just want to see that real quick.
So white backgrounds are road games, colored backgrounds are home games, and then the flag will represent the country the game takes place in if it takes place in a foreign country. We will go ahead. The plan, just so everybody knows, is for Brett and I to come to a general consensus for each game. If we have a disagreement, we'll try and just work it out very quickly and move on. The goal is to not have this video last as long as it definitely could if we wanted it to.
A really long time.
So my hope is to do this as quickly as possible. I say we put ourselves in a position where we say no more than, that way we can get done with this in at most an hour and a half. No more than 3 minutes per team.
Fast forward 15 minutes in,
we're on team 3. And then at the end of it, based on the records that we're suggesting, we think we'll see, we will be able to tell you who we think will win each division. This is before preseason has started. We know nothing.
Not to say preseason gives you too much information depending on the team.
But depending on the team, it can also tell you who the starting quarterback is.
Exactly.
But the good news is our first team, there is no question whether or not we know who the starting quarterback is, because our starting team is the Arizona Cardinals, who we are very confident will be starting Kyler Murray as their quarterback. However, they've got a very tough starting game because they are playing at home against the Kansas City Chiefs.
So honestly, this one, after thinking about it for a second, not as hard for me.
It's a loss.
I think that honestly, I was going to say they win this one. And the reason I say that is I think Kansas City is going to take a few games to get started, much like they did last year.
Yeah, but Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is about to come out.
Yeah, which means he'll have the preseason to burn through some hours.
Oh, we're gonna start on a disagreement. This does not bode well.
It's not good.
I cannot in
Look,
good
you know what?
conscience
Here's what I'll
pick
do.
Kansas City
Last
to
time I
lose.
betted against Mahomes won, so I'll give it to you.
Okay. I can't in good conscience
Oh man,
start with a Kansas City loss.
you do know what I'm talking about,
I
though,
do.
right? Because
I do.
last year they started out rough.
I understand.
That was a rough team last
And
year.
I will say it is
And they
Arizona. The game is in Arizona, but I don't think it's going to matter. I still think Patrick Mahomes has something to prove, especially with Tyreek Hill moving on.
I get it.
Game 2, it is in Vegas against the Raiders.
See that
one's tough.
That is tough, and that's honestly that's what I was thinking was going to be their first loss against the Raiders. But man, I don't know.
Man, I could honestly
I could see
see
it going either
Arizona.
way.
I could see Arizona starting this season 0-3.
Yeah, I could see that too. All the controversy that would get
I
brought up with this.
I think we have to agree that the Raiders are the better team. I don't think there's any discussion when it comes to the Rams, is there?
No,
They lose.
Not on a home. Yeah, not on a home game.
Well, it's a home game for the Cardinals.
Home game for the yeah, it's home for the Cardinals.
But I don't think that matters.
They should be on a fucking tear this year.
Yeah,
because
they've gotten better. They've gotten better.
Yeah, they just got better. Yeah.
Now they go and they go to Carolina. I think this is where they get their first win.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think they win the next 3 games.
Philly and Seattle. I can agree with that. Definitely Philly.
You got the original. Oh, never mind.
I know what I'm doing. I'm pretty good with paint.
Oh, Saints. Oh shit, they'll probably beat the Saints too.
You know what? I'll agree. I'll take them to beat the Saints. Suddenly they went from 0-3 to 4-3. Yeah. Minnesota. In Minnesota and week 8.
I think Minnesota might take this
I think Minnesota could take this one as well. In Minnesota. Beginning of November.
Not seeing like we're looking at Minnesota right now, not knowing what they just went through.
Yeah, that's true too. Like who knows what their schedule is going up to week 8.
Exactly,
yeah.
because Cardinals are going into this hot. They just went on a 4-game win streak.
Well, let's scroll down a little bit just to see what Minnesota's got going on. So, Minnesota is coming off a bye.
I'm cool with that, then.
After playing the Saints, the Bears, after playing the Eagles, Lions, Saints, Bears, Dolphins, I'm taking the Vikings.
Oh my god,
Jesus Christ! Taking the Vikings.
About a run.
I'm taking the Vikings.
Oh, now I understand why people were saying that
the Vikings might win that division. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we think Arizona sweeps the Seattle Seahawks, yes?
I
don't think the Seahawks have anything to work with.
No.
But they get swept by the Rams. Agreed?
Yeah, because now the Rams are home.
All right. Now San Francisco in Mexico. There's no home field advantage, really. I think San Francisco's the better team.
I think Trey Lance has 10 games to figure out what to do.
Yeah. And then I think they lose to the Chargers as well. I think the Chargers are the better team. I do. I think Herbert's the better quarterback.
I do too. I feel like they would win this game.
Okay. You know what?
And then lose coming out of the bye.
You gave me Kansas City. I'll give you the Chargers. Nothing happens on the bye. They lose to New England out of the bye.
I'm thinking they do.
I agree. I think they go on a 3-game losing streak here. I think they lose to Denver and lose to Tampa. Agreed?
This is not looking great for them. Yeah.
All right.
They have a tough season.
It's not an easy one. And then I think they beat the Falcons. I would like to. Let's see. They are currently 4-3, 4-4, 5-6, 6-6. 6-9, 7-9. Probably not fighting for a wild card spot. Nothing to really prove here. But if we go look at San Francisco, wherever they may be, I think San Francisco would have something to prove here. So maybe a chance at a playoff berth. So I would take San Francisco to beat Arizona in a game that means nothing for Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that would take them finishing at wonderful.
And they're gonna have to pull some upsets if they wanna make it into the playoffs here, because they have quite the schedule ahead of them.
They don't have a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That would put them at a 7-10 record. We can just put that there just so we remember that that's what we said they went. Perfect.
All right.
Team 1 done. On to the Falcons. Who also start with a loss, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, they're taking an L.
And then another L.
Of a team that they might upset.
They take another L here, right?
Yeah, they take an L. If they're gonna get a win, Seattle's a good team for them to beat, right?
And
here.
Cleveland.
Yeah, Seattle and Cleveland.
Yeah, I'll give them both
a little disarray. Yeah,
because they're losing to this next 3-game stretch.
It's gonna be rough for Cleveland to get a win until
DeShawn can play.
Yeah.
Which is not what we're discussing today on how we feel about when and if DeShawn Watson will play. That is not a conversation for today.
Yeah.
All we can say is DeShawn Watson is not playing for at least the first 6 games of the season.
Yep. Just going based off the current ruling, we're just going to assume that he comes back.
He comes back. 6. Comes back week 7, right?
Yeah.
Panthers, I like Carolina here.
Yeah.
I think Baker has something to prove. And the Falcons are just going to be worse. They lost Matt Ryan.
Yeah, they're not gonna really get better.
Lose to the Chargers, yeah.
Yeah.
Lose to the Panthers again. Yes.
Do you want to maybe give them Panthers at home?
I don't.
No,
I think Baker's got something to prove. Christian McCaffrey's going to torch this defense.
Yeah, if Christian McCaffrey stays healthy, they're going to have a fucking run.
I like Carolina this year to maybe be a wild card team.
Yeah, let's give it to them. They're going to get destroyed by the Bears.
I agree.
Destroyed. I can see them beating Washington.
All right, so here's the thing.
But
as a Cowboys fan,
but
I have a lot of bias against Washington. I think Washington wins this game.
You know what? So here's the thing. All I thought of was Wentz, and I'm like, Wentz is horrible. They're gonna win. I forgot the Washington has a relatively
stout
decent
defense.
Yeah, they have a.
I like Washington.
They were contenders. Yeah, man, this is a lot of L's.
Yeah, it is.
They beat the Saints.
That's not the Saints.
They beat the Saints.
We got the Steelers next, sir.
Did I say Saints? Oh shit! Yeah, the Steelers. Okay. Yes.
I'm like, I don't think they beat the Saints. I do think they beat the Steelers.
Yes, the Steelers. My bad.
And then they
got real happy about that.
And then they take an L to the Saints.
Man.
And then they take an L to the Ravens. And then we just gave them an L to the Cardinals. And they end their season with an L.
I think they win their last game. I don't think the Bucs are going to try their last game.
I do not think the Bucs not trying still lose
gonna make the
is
difference.
gonna lose to the Falcons.
That's fair. Yeah.
So let's just count the wins because that'll be easier. That is a whopping 3-14.
Oh God.
Still better than last year's Lions.
I feel bad.
I don't feel great about
no,
it,
but I mean, when you really think about it, like
it feels fair.
They don't have they don't have a proven quarterback as in any regard. I mean, maybe Mariota pops the fuck off this season. It's possible.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
It's like anything's possible, but they don't have a proven quarterback. They're down one of their best wide receivers for the whole season. Oh wait, is Ridley still even with the Falcons?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't remember.
We would have to check that.
Yeah.
I will check right now. Not that it matters. I got it. I already have it pulled up on my phone. My phone was right here. He's still technically with the Falcons, yeah.
Okay. It doesn't matter. It was just for
curiosity's
sake. That is one of their best wide receivers off the table,
right,
for the whole season. Yeah, their receiving core is trash. And their defense has not been good in forever.
No.
Yeah, no, it sucks.
But it is what it is. Shall we move on to the Panthers?
Yep.
I say Baker Mayfield starts the season off throttling badly Cleveland for what they did to him. Throttling badly. Them. I think he drops 5 touchdowns. Like,
I think the New York game's no contest.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that one.
Saints.
I think this will be a good game. I kind of want to give it to Carolina because it's in Carolina. I think they'll split the season because they play each other twice, and I kind of like Carolina here. I think Carolina's the better team.
I mean, the best thing the Saints are going to have. What's the status on Kamara?
Let me check. Kamara, Alvin Kamara is things aren't looking good because the hearing for his battery case was pushed back to September. I don't like the Saints here.
So, I mean, they're saying the suspension might not happen until later in the season. Or even next year.
I still don't like the Saints here either way. Without Kamara, I definitely don't like the Saints here.
Yeah.
We automatically go with that because we said that Arizona would win that. San Francisco. I think San Francisco is the better team. I just think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Their defense is stout. Their offense is already going to have a couple games to start clicking a little bit.
I don't think these next two are even a question. We already said who would win this game. See, that's the other thing. As we get further along, the picks will get a little bit faster. They definitely
Bengals.
They definitely take that L. Yeah. But then they pick up another dub against the Falcons.
No. Baltimore.
It depends on what Baltimore we get.
I don't know, dude. I have no idea. I don't know if Baltimore's a coin flip on if they want to be a good football team. They have everything they need. Besides, I mean, they might need a couple more receivers.
Hold on, let me look at Baltimore. Baltimore going into that game, they would be 1, 2, who knows? Probably a loss, win, probably a loss, win, and then a bye. I'd probably take Baltimore here.
I already see something we're going to disagree on later.
I'm going to probably take Baltimore here.
Yeah. I can go either way, so we can just go with yours.
I'm going to take Denver. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Carolina, Seattle.
I don't see Seattle pulling through. No. I mean, there's a decent chance that they have, structured a somewhat decent team by the end of the season, but I don't see it. No.
Yeah. I say they beat Pittsburgh.
I don't even have to question it.
They definitely beat Detroit. At home, I say they
at home. Yeah. Because Detroit, I think Detroit's gonna put a little bit more fight in this season than they did last season.
Yeah, but I still don't think it's gonna matter. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They are 8-8 right now in our picks. Probably fighting for a wild card spot.
They might. Yeah,
I'm taking them.
I think I'm taking them. I think they pull through on that one. And it's a team we already projected that they're gonna beat.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. And then that lets them finish
9-8.
At 9-8. Yeah. All right, Chicago. Chicago is going to be one of these teams that's going to be kind of rough to pick.
It is because Chicago's a team that has a lot of potential, and it's very young.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say they lose their first 3 games.
Lose their first 3. Let me
see. 3 games.
Hold on, let me see what we got here.
Actually, hold on.
I don't think they lose to the Texans.
I don't know, dude. Davis Mills was popping off at the end of last season.
I agree, lose first too.
I'm starting to rethink San Francisco. Because that's San Francisco's first game. That's Trey Lance's first game out here.
That's true.
Is that going to matter?
No, because they re-signed Debo.
They did re-sign Debo. Yeah, because it's not just the quarterback. San Francisco as a team is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. First 2. I can give you Texans. I think that the Texans might take it. I think Davis Mills is a solid quarterback.
Yeah, but I don't think he's as good
but the
as
Texans suck as a team. Right. So
Minnesota I'm probably gonna take.
Yeah, I'm probably taking Minnesota here.
Washington.
I
like Chicago.
I want to say they beat. I want to say they beat Washington here.
I like Chicago here. Yeah. Where is that? Oh, that's and that's in Chicago. Yeah, I like Chicago there. Lost to the Pats. Agreed.
Fair. Yeah. And Chicago's one of these teams that I can see our picks be completely wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely wrong.
I like Dallas over Chicago.
Yeah, I like Dallas over Chicago.
I like Miami.
Honestly, I like Miami. I like Miami over Chicago.
I think Miami's a wild card team this year.
Mm-hmm.
I like Chicago over Detroit.
Yeah. Detroit
And
has made a lot of changes, and again, kind of like Chicago, we could see a completely different Detroit out there.
Yeah.
But
we already took
it's
them to
not-
beat the Falcons. They beat the Jets. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they take another L to Green Bay because
I'm not biased.
somebody's
I'm
been
biased. I'm not
taking
biased.
psychedelic adventures to make sure he
Well,
still
I
owns
mean,
them.
why would he lose to the team he owns? That
Yeah,
doesn't
he
make
still
sense.
owns them.
That doesn't make sense.
Then they get their bye, and then they have Philly. I like Philly. I don't like that I like Philly.
But I mean,
but I like Philly. I do. I definitely like Buffalo.
Yeah.
I
like Chicago here again.
And then I like Minnesota.
What are they looking at going into this Minnesota game? You got 5 wins.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if we count this Detroit one. 7 wins.
7.
So they'd be 7 and 9, and then if we have them lose, they go 7 and 10. I like Minnesota beating them.
Yeah. If they turn a couple of these losses into wins,
everything could be different.
Ready for a wild card spot. I think that last one could change. I think that last one would turn into a gritty game that goes either way.
I agree. All right.
On to your boys.
Dallas. All right. So obviously we have our first 17-0 team. No, of course not. I do like Dallas.
I like Dallas for this one. I think you guys are going to.
I think we're going to come out heated. I think last year we almost beat them. I think Dallas comes out hot and upset of the week by far.
Yeah, and I think you guys lose to the
Bengals.
Then
I think we lose to the Bengals, yeah. Yeah. Hey, man, at least I'm not fucking unrealistic.
Yeah, no, Bengals are going to be tough.
I think we win our next 2.
Yeah.
And then the Rams.
Away, right? Rams away.
Yeah, Rams at the Coliseum. Or at SoFi. I think I like the Rams.
I think I like the Rams here.
I don't like that, though. I could see that one going either way, though, because Dallas's defense has gotten so much better.
It has. I could see Stafford throwing a few picks. Not because they're bad throws, but because Diggs likes to read that shit.
Yeah. I see a 3-game win streak here.
Yeah.
And then the bye. And then the Green Bay game in Dallas.
I know you probably want to go Dallas, man, but Green Bay has a history of just stomping the yard with y'all.
That's not entirely true.
It's not entirely true.
Dak Prescott has gone into Lambeau and embarrassed the Packers.
When's the last time we played each other?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Let me check.
You did, right? Green Bay? Because you didn't want to talk to me for the next couple days?
I don't remember. That's possible. It sounds like something I would do. Dallas Cowboys versus Green Bay. We played in 2019. And
so
You guys won. We played in 2017. And
So just
you
looking.
guys won.
I'm looking at the board right now. Green Bay. I'm looking at Dallas, and I'm thinking Green Bay's coming off a win.
And
You
Dallas is
guys are
coming off a
coming off a
bye.
bye. I think Green Bay takes that.
Wait a minute. I'm so confused. Why are they both home games?
Wait, what? Hold on.
Hold on.
Wait. That's not right.
Nah.
Can't be right.
Let me check. I really do think where it is will affect the game. I think if it's in Green Bay, Dallas has a better chance of winning. I do. Because Dallas likes to beat Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, and Aaron Rodgers likes to just win in our stadium.
Oh.
It's in Green Bay. And looks like it's the week before Thanksgiving. Oh, it's a Thursday game.
I'm thinking you guys come off the bye and take an L. And that would be against any of the top teams in the league. If this was a lower team, I'd say you
Dallas
guys win
is
this.
usually pretty good off of a bye.
Are they?
Usually.
I never really trust a team coming off a bye. I'm being perfectly honest.
I usually trust a team coming off a bye.
Oh, I usually don't.
I usually do. It gives them time to readjust and prepare better.
Yeah, no, I don't know. No, from what I've seen, at least in recent years, teams coming off a bye, it's just like they get complacent.
I think it depends on the team. Green Bay likes to get shitty off of a bye.
Green Bay definitely gets shitty off a bye. Definitely. Like that bye down there, and they go into LA. They're taking an L. They taking a fat L.
All right. Dallas at home against the Colts.
Oh, that's gonna be tough.
Let's see what the Colts are doing up until then. They're probably on a 2-game win streak. They might be a little cocky.
Might be a little hot. But if you guys just came off a loss,
I think we come off of 2 wins after that. I think we beat Minnesota and the Giants after we lose to the Green Bay.
Oh shit. Yeah. Oh, my bad. You guys are gonna be hot too. I don't think we're gonna be cocky. I think I'm gonna go with the team that like did not make a big change up.
Okay.
That's really my only logic. This could easily go for the Colts, but I'm going with the team that's basically the same team from last year.
Definite 3-game win streak here.
Yeah, I see the yeah, wins there would be upsets. You don't have to. Titans.
Let's see what the Titans are up to.
In there.
Titans are coming off a 4-game loss streak and then a win, loss, win. And we don't know if Henry's going to stay healthy. I think I like Tennessee here.
That's tough, but I think I have to agree with you.
Which would then put them at 1, 2, 3, 4, 13 and 4.
Good ass season.
Yeah. Although I could see them losing to the Colts and I could see them losing to Tampa.
Yeah.
So it could very easily be an 11 and 6.
And you can never discount upsets like the Eagles
right. And Minnesota
the end of the season, Minnesota.
Yeah, and the end of the season, Washington, because of like, do we play our starters?
Contender, yeah.
The question,
there's that too. Yeah.
The question would be if we're fighting for the number 1 seed.
Right.
Which
but on to
Detroit.
Detroit.
Let's just go ahead and get this X ready. They definitely lose to Philly.
I think the first game they win is against the Eagles.
You think they beat the Eagles?
Not the Eagles. Fucking Seahawks. I'm tired.
Okay, sorry. I'm like
not the Eagles. Seahawks. I think the first game they win is against the Seahawks.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Dude, are we gonna have the Seahawks winning any games this season? Their quarterback was the best thing they had going for them last season, and they don't have him anymore.
They play the Jets. We'll give them a win against the Jets.
Are the Jets going to beat anybody?
They got Cleveland. We'll give them a win against Cleveland.
Who the fuck is Cleveland going to beat?
Well, Cleveland will beat a shit ton of teams after fucking Watson gets back.
Oh yeah. Because if we're assuming after 6 weeks Watson comes back, they'll clean house. I mean, they still got Chubb, right? They still have a team. All right. Anyway, as we were. Yeah. They had a bye. They take an L.
They take another L.
Yeah.
They take another L. They take another L. And then they take a dub.
Yeah.
And then they take another L. And then
Jacksonville.
God, do I think the Giants are going to beat anybody?
Dude, I fuck if I know.
Oh, Seattle.
Okay. All right. So Jacksonville. Do we think they fixed some stuff up? I mean, they have like the running back they signed the previous year.
You know what?
He should be in.
Here's the thing. I think both teams are still pretty much just as shitty as they were. That being said, I want to give this one to Jacksonville for the dumbest reason possible.
Okay.
I want to give this one to Jacksonville because they got rid of Nick Saban.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, it's later in the season. That's a lot of time to work out and figure out kinks.
And then they definitely take an L to Minnesota.
Because we know what Goff can do.
Right.
Jacksonville's quarterback still has a lot to prove.
And I think he's the better quarterback.
Yeah.
All right.
It's going to piss me off when Green Bay loses that last game.
They might. Lions, Jets. We need to establish that real quick for week 15. Lions.
I think I have to give it to Lions. Yeah. I got to give it to Lions. Yeah.
Which means the Lions will go 1, 2, 3, 3-14.
All right.
We're fighting for the number 1 seed. In the draft. Oh, man. All right, Green Bay. Let's go get this check mark.
Green Bay is going to take a loss their first game.
Really?
Green Bay is going to lose to the Vikings. I don't want it to happen. I'm going to cheer for them, but I think they're going to lose their first game, and I think they're going to win their next. I think they're going to beat the Bucks.
I do not. I think that's backwards.
You think we're going to win our first 2 and lose to the Bucks?
Yes. Because I think the Bucks are going to be pissed off that they lost to Dallas.
Ooh, shit. Yeah, they will be pissed off that they lost to y'all.
And I think Rodgers has something to come out and prove.
Yeah, he might. It's gonna. He's looking way better than last year. Oh, we have so much ridiculous shit going on. All right, yeah, shit. Let's run it.
I think your first L is
I'm real nervous about that first one. All right.
And then I don't think you take another L until Buffalo.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I would be willing to hear you out if you think that you guys are going to beat Buffalo.
So,
but I think Buffalo's the better team. I think Buffalo is the best team in football right now.
I can easily see Green Bay pulling off a dub, but
yes,
none of their like new receivers are tested. There's not enough information to go on to be like, oh, well, this is the guy. Like, hey, we can make plays with this. I think it's going to be a very close game because our defense is probably going to be on fire after that win streak.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Buffalo will pull it off.
And then I don't think you lose again until your bye.
Yeah, because we're losing right after that. That could be one of the shittiest teams in the league, and I think we're losing after that fucking bye.
You guys don't ever play well off of bye.
No.
Yeah, I think you beat Tennessee. I think you beat Philly. I think you sweep Chicago. You take your bye, and then you take your L out of LA.
Then I think we win out. No, that Viking game is that home or away?
That Viking game is home.
Okay, yeah.
Your first game is away.
First one was away.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
You think we take an L to the Vikings?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because I think at this point, you guys are going to be looking at it as you are tied with Dallas for the lead. And you beat Dallas in the head-to-head. And you guys are going to be semi-lax looking at that number 1 seed. And Minnesota is going to take advantage.
Do you think Minnesota by this point should have a chance at the division?
Let me check. Hang on. No, probably not. Lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Say they lose to Buffalo.
Lose. 8, 9, 10, probably 11. 12. Yeah, they'd be fighting for the division.
Yeah. So we would also be fighting for the division.
Here's the thing. I think you lose one of these last 2 games. I think you either lose to Minnesota and then you have to play against Detroit, or you beat Minnesota and you rest against Detroit because you locked up the number 1 seed again.
Right.
And then you lose in the first round of the playoffs because you guys get a bye. I'm fine with either or, but I do think you lose one of these games.
I'm thinking we win and we take the break against
Okay.
Detroit. I think if we're going to lose against the Vikings, it's going to be at the beginning of the season.
That's fair. Wait, we can't do that. We picked Detroit to beat you to take an L. We weren't looking at how the season was going to go. Oh, well. It's fine. We'll just say that Green Bay definitively gets the number 1 seed and then loses in the first round of the playoffs. That's fine.
Oh, God. So fucking possible.
So Green Bay goes 14-3.
Breaking our 13-win streak.
That was also kind of the reason I had a feeling. I'm like, maybe y'all do lose your first game against Minnesota.
That's what I was thinking, dude. I think we lose our first game against Minnesota.
But I do think you lose this game against Tampa Bay as well. And I don't think you guys go 1-2 to start the season. Do you?
I mean, shit, dude.
I think you might actually. I think you're right. I think you guys do lose that first game to Minnesota.
I think we do.
And you go 13-4 again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to nicely put it over that check.
Show how unsure we are.
Bloop. Right there.
Nope.
But your 13-4 is still good enough for the number 1 seed because you beat Dallas in the head-to-head. Congratulations, buddy. I hope you enjoy your bye week.
Christ. All right.
Rams.
On to the Rams.
All right. Hang on. Let me grab our check and X and bring them down. Okay. So for the Rams, I think they beat Buffalo.
I'm thinking they win first 3, and I think their first loss is San Francisco. It's a crazy upset. I think San Francisco hits them with some shit they've never seen before. I think San Francisco is the team that mixes the Rams. I really do. I think they're the team that mixes the Rams.
And then they play Dallas and win. They beat Carolina. They have their bye, and then they go. Then they got San Francisco again.
Then what? They learned and beat San Francisco.
Yeah. Off a bye.
That's a bunch of film to face a team that they already lost to.
Yeah.
I think they win this one.
Okay.
I think they win. It's tough, but I think they win.
I think they win this. I think
they lose to the Chiefs. I think it's later season Chiefs. I think they take an L to the Chiefs.
Yeah, bro.
It's tough. It's real tough. That's one of those games that can go either way. That's Mahomes' magic. But then you have the LA Rams with Matt Stafford and Aaron Donald against Patty Mahomes. Such a tough choice. If you decide you want to change it to a check mark, I'm okay with it. I think the Chiefs are going to pull out a victory.
I'm wondering if we're wrong about the Bills in week 1.
You think
Super Bowl champions?
Yeah. Hey man.
Kind of cocky.
You think they might be coming off like they're feeling themselves.
Yeah.
And they go in and the Bills are like, nah, I don't know if you guys looked at the statistics, but we're the number 1 team right now.
I kind of
I respect the change. I respect the change.
Yeah, I'm going to change it.
Yeah, I respect the change.
I'm going to change that. That being said, I think they win out from here. I think they lose.
The Raiders are going to go and run for their money?
No.
Really?
No.
Okay.
I think they win out after losing to Kansas City. I think the only game I was going to consider was going to be that Green Bay game, but you think they're going to beat Green Bay, so maybe Denver, but I can't pick Denver in good conscience.
I could see the Chargers doing something crazy against them.
No. At the end there, they have to be fighting because guess what they're going to go?
13-4.
We're going to have a 3-way tie at the top of the league for 13-4. And because there would be
they beat us.
Yeah, they
would
but they also beat us. So they would get the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Cuz they would win the 3-way tie.
Which makes sense, honestly.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Minnesota.
All right. Well, you said they're going to win this one.
I think they are. Yeah. The more I think about it, the more I think they are. And this one.
So, a win. Oh. Do they take an L against the Saints?
No.
No?
No.
They shouldn't, but do they though?
No. Are the Vikings going to start 8-0? Oh my god.
No.
Yes. Yes, they are.
You think the Oh, did we already decided the Cardinals were going to lose to them, huh?
Uh-huh.
8-0.
And then they lose 3 in a row.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, and their bounce back games are the Jets and the Lions. Oh man, I could see him losing to the Colts too.
I don't think the Colts are going to be as good as people think they are.
I think we'll find out.
But right now I would bet on Minnesota if I had to bet on that game.
Win, loss, win.
And they're 13-4.
Oh, dude.
What is happening?
How does that work?
So because they're 13-4, it would be an argument between you and them for the division
Right.
first. You
Yep.
guys split your head to head,
Mhm.
and neither of you lost another game to your division. So then it would be who lost more games in conference. Minnesota would win the division based on this.
You know,
And I think it's possible.
it's very possible.
They have such a lax first half of the year. I think Minnesota's about to win the division. That's
Hey.
crazy. Wow.
Outside of let me look. So teams that I think could potentially upset this standing would be the Colts.
And the Eagles.
I was gonna say the Colts and the Cardinals.
I don't. The Cardinals are too fucking shaky. They went 11-0 last year and then they fucking shit bricks.
Yeah.
I don't trust Arizona. Arizona is too inconsistent and too fucking shaky.
But I mean, they went 11-0 against good teams.
And then
Wait,
they
did
shit.
I don't remember.
Hold
Wait
on.
a minute.
Let me check. Arizona Cardinals 2021. They beat the Titans, they beat the Vikings by 1. They beat the Jaguars, they beat the Rams early. They barely beat the 49ers. They barely beat the Browns. Or no, they beat the shit out of the Browns. They beat the shit out of the Texans. And then they lost to the Packers. That's only 7. Am I missing? I thought didn't they go 11-0? No. We're thinking of 2 years ago. Pittsburgh went 11-0 and then shit the bed.
Yeah, that was Pittsburgh.
But still, they went 7-0.
Cardinals were having a strong season, and then
they went 7-0. They were winning their division and then shit the bed. But they weren't like beating powerhouse teams. They beat the Titans, which meh, above average. They beat the Vikings, but by 1 point. They beat the Jaguars. They beat the Rams, but that was before the Rams figured out what the fuck was going on. They barely beat the 49ers. They beat the Browns. They beat the Texans. And then they lost to the Packers. And then a couple weeks later, they lost to the Panthers. They lost to the Lions.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that. That was rough.
Like bad, too? Like 30-12 bad? No, I don't trust Arizona.
Yeah.
Arizona can play good, but they're too inconsistent when they decide to. I don't trust them. Right. I think Philly and Indy are the biggest chances of helping y'all win your division right now. Hey, y'all, try to win this game. Try to win game 1.
Yeah.
Stop.
All right.
Stop focusing on being happy and focus on winning games, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my God. I can't believe that. I can't believe you fucking said all that shit. I can't believe it. Yo.
For the record, that is not my opinion. That's not my stance. I'm making jokes about somebody who went on a fucking rant, out of pocket rant about the fact that Aaron Rodgers decided to take psychedelic tea, and whatever. Do you, Aaron Rodgers? Do you? You won 2 back-to-back MVPs. Ain't nobody,
don't let anyone talk.
Ain't nobody got room to say a word.
Not a damn thing.
All right. The Saints. Now here's where things get complicated because I feel like we've picked most of the Saints this season already.
And it's not good. Not
All right.
not good at all.
So we picked the Saints to beat the Falcons. And then they're definitely losing to Tampa. Like by a lot.
I'm so curious to see which games Tampa loses and it surprises everybody. Because you know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah. All right. New Orleans,
Which is why
Seattle.
This is so hard.
I think I like New Orleans.
They should win that.
And then we're back to losing because they play the Bengals.
Did we say they were gonna lose to the Cardinals?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
And then I think they lose to the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
I think they lose to the Ravens.
Depending on which Ravens decide to show up and play football.
Facts. And then I think they probably beat the Steelers. And then they lose to Rams.
Yeah, they.
And then they
their next two games. No.
And then they lose.
Did we say they beat the Falcons or lose to the Falcons?
I think we took them beating the Falcons, yeah. And then they lose because Watson will be back by then, is based off the information we have.
Yeah.
And then they lose. I think Philly beats them. I do.
Yeah. No. Philly's not a bad team. Like, they're not.
No, I think
they're
they're
not
going to
great.
be fighting for a while.
They're not a bad team.
And I never actually
add a 13 and 4.
Yeah, I never actually added the 13.
Probably just copy and paste the previous one.
Bloop. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 13. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let me just go ahead and get my red X ready. Because we're on to the New York Giants.
Well, should we just go through and see who they beat? Who did they beat? They beat the Jags? Maybe.
Seattle, maybe. Texans, maybe. That 3-game stretch right there is feeling real good for them.
Yeah.
Washington. They'll win 1 game against Washington.
I think they win their home game against Washington.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and give them a home game win against Washington. And we'll give them a nice big old fat win against the Texans after the bye. Okay. I'm good with this. And
I mean, they might beat the Jags.
We'll just do
or
that.
The Seahawks.
We'll just do that because I don't feel like copy and pasting that many X's.
Oh, man, that's rough.
And we'll do it again over here because I don't feel like copy and pasting that many X's.
It's interesting to see like how we feel like going into each of these weeks after seeing their performances.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be great to look back on this and see how wrong we were.
Oh,
it'll be
going to be so wrong. So wrong. There's no way we called this.
The Giants are going to win the Super Bowl. So the Giants went 2-15.
Given Sunday. Giants just became the Lions from last year.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, Philly. All right, now this one's a little bit more work.
Yeah.
All right, so Philly beats the Lions.
They lose to the Vikings.
Yep, I think they beat Washington, beat Jacksonville. I think we took them to. Oh, we took Arizona to beat them. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good. That's what I like to hear. And then they go on a nice little win streak.
So I did have the thought of like, hey, do we do this and then record this video? But for anyone that like doesn't know how like challenging this can be, like this is the process all those people go through.
Yep.
When you see them like the
they just do it in
sportscasters
advance.
Yeah. They do it ahead of time,
and we like you guys to hear our thought processes.
All they really do is talk about the noteworthy teams,
right?
Which is fair.
Absolutely fair. They skip the Giants. Do we want to take Colts or Philly?
Man, I kind of like Philly.
I also kind of like Philly. Philly,
and for times that we're not going too in depth, it's more
just
so
one or the other could win. Who do we think wins?
Over the Titans.
Yep, it's just the Titans.
I think I might have to give it to the Titans. You like the Eagles on that one?
After a big loss to Green Bay, let's see what Tennessee's doing that week. Oh, Tennessee's coming off a big loss to Green Bay and Cincy.
Yeah, they're gonna want to. Yeah,
I'll take Tennessee
because they're a team that people are
expecting some stuff from.
Got King Henry over there.
All right,
Tannehill's not a horrible quarterback.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses puts them in pretty decent company at 11-6.
Bad. It's not bad. That's playoff numbers right there.
Yeah, that's a wild card team for sure. I mean, right now, let's see. NFC wise, we're talking. I hate that happens. Hold on, let me scroll back down so it stays where it belongs. There we go. I mean, right now we're looking at Dallas, Green Bay, Dallas, Minnesota, and Rams fighting for the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
And Green Bay and Philly as 2 of the 3 wild card spots. That's such a weird sentence. San Francisco.
I don't think Green Bay's gonna have to fight for the wild card spot.
No.
I think by the time it gets to the end, they will be definitively in.
Yes.
Yeah, they're gonna have to fight for the division. Yes. Can they somehow get the division over the Vikings? Yeah.
All right. San Francisco. We took San Francisco to beat Chicago.
Yeah. Which could go either way.
San Francisco beat Seattle. San Francisco loses their next 2.
Do they lose to the Broncos, though?
With Russell Wilson? Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. I think Russell's going to be kind of on a tear. Did we take Carolina? We did not. We took San Francisco to beat Carolina.
I imagine so.
I just want to make sure. I would assume we took San Francisco to beat Atlanta. And then we take Kansas City, yes?
I would imagine.
Right.
I mean, San Francisco is going to have a pretty good all-around team. Kansas City might not.
San Francisco Chargers. I'm cool with them.
I think I'm going Chargers. What do you think?
I can go Chargers.
We said I think we said they beat the Cardinals, right?
No, we took yes, we took them to beat the Cardinals, yes.
Yeah.
In Mexico.
And they lose to, they beat the Saints. Oof. That's tough, man. I really don't know how good the Dolphins are going to be.
I'm gonna take San Francisco to beat the Dolphins. Let's take San Fran on that one. They definitely lose this, and then they win out
against. I think they lose to the Raiders.
Okay.
But yeah, I think they win the rest of those games. I think they take an L to the Raiders.
I can get behind that. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losses, which would put them at a nice and sturdy 10-7.
10-7.
Which could be good enough to get them in the playoffs.
Could be.
Seattle. All right, let's get this Red X ready, because we know there's a lot of them. All right, so Seattle loses to Denver in a big Russell Wilson statement game.
Yep.
Then they lose to San Francisco.
It's going to be a brutal game.
Yeah. And then we took Atlanta to win. We took Detroit to win. We took New Orleans to win. We took Arizona to win. Right? Yeah. I would like to take the Chargers.
The Chargers, yeah. I'm with it. I'm with it. That's an X.
And then we give them their first check against the Giants. Yay. And then back to the X's. Boop.
And that sucks. Boop. They're going overseas and they're taking that fat X.
Boop.
Mm-hmm.
Boop. 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 Boop.
Do they beat the Jets?
Yeah, I'll give them the win against the Jets. The Jets are fucking garbage.
Yeah.
2-15.
I can't argue that in the slightest.
All right, Tampa Bay. So we took them to lose in a major upset to Dallas, and then get pissed off.
And then win.
Win.
Win Win.
I think they win. Hold on. We took them to beat Tampa. Yeah, we took the Rams to beat Tampa. So that's their next loss, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think the only teams in that list that I could see potentially winning would be Kansas City or Baltimore, but I imagine they beat those two. Right?
Yeah, I think so. And then
Lost
lose
to the
to
Bengals. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
wins everywhere else.
Holy shit, dude! They do not have a tough season.
No, they have a relatively cake season.
Yeah. And we already have them losing to some of the better teams in their lineup.
Do we
And winning to some of the better teams.
Do we think they? What do we think for Kansas City? Because that's really the only other game. That's the only other game that I genuinely feel
they could
take
an L.
Everything else I feel pretty significant about putting check marks.
I think it's fair to say that they lose to Kansas City. Like, of these teams, I think that's fair. In terms of which team is better, I think the Bucks are arguably the better team overall.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But I think it'd be fair to say that they take a loss to KC.
Okay. If we have them take an L to KC, they will go 13-4.
Oh man,
we're the worst. There's a reason we don't do this professionally. We're the worst.
Yeah.
And the Washington Commanders pick up a win on Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Pick up a win on Detroit. Take a L to Philly.
Eagles.
Take an L to Dallas. Take an L to Tennessee.
Do we have the Bears beating them?
Yes. Take an L to Chicago. Definitely take an L to Green Bay. Take an L to Indy.
Yeah.
Take an L to Minnesota.
Although Wentz might have some insight on Indy.
No. Wentz doesn't have insight on Wentz. I'll give them a dub against Houston just because they need a break.
You're like, they're taking too much punishment. They got to pull out a win somewhere.
And then I'll even give them a back-to-back win against Atlanta. And then they lose to New York. And then they beat New York after their bye. And then they lose out.
Yeah.
Because they're just not that great a team. They have a pretty solid defense, though. And that would put them at 1, 2,
I think
3,
their defense is going to keep
4,
them
5.
in quite a few of these games.
But their offense won't be able to put up enough to make it count.
No.
Which would put them at 5 and 12.
Yeah, a lot of these teams would have to drop the ball, literally.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. That's 13, 13, 13, 13, and 13 and fours. And then after that is our 11 and 6 Eagles and 10 and 7 San Francisco 49ers. So there's the 7 playoff teams for the NFC. You have Dallas, Minnesota, Tampa, and the Rams all winning their divisions, and who knows how that would break up with the tiebreakers and shit. It's too complex over here. And then Green Bay, Philly, and San Francisco being the wild cards. And with all of that being said, we are an hour and 20 minutes in, and we just finished the NFC. We still have the AFC. So I say we go ahead and stop, and we make this a two-parter.
I'm with that. So,
thank you guys for listening to what we had. Yes, this is our NFC 2022 predictions. We'll get into the AFC a little bit later. Hopefully that one will go a little bit faster because we will have some things we can plug in. I'll even plug them in advance now that we've gone through and done this. Plug those in advance. And we'll go over the AFC with you guys. But there you have it. This is what we can best suspect for the NFC. Will this happen? No. Are any of these right? Probably not. Are 5 teams going to go 13 and 4? No.
Maybe half. Maybe half of those.
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 go 13 and 4. Maybe 1 or 2 go 14 and 3.
Hey,
maybe they all go 7 and 10. We don't know.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not, because your team and my team are both on those lists.
Yeah, our teams are in there.
But this is our best we could do without any true bias. We both tried to hand our own team's losses that we thought were reasonable, because we realized that our teams are not perfect, and that is just not how we think these kind of videos should be made. They shouldn't be made with a bias.
I mean, if I make mine with the bias, what's going to happen is Green Bay is going to beat all the teams that should beat them, and then lose to teams that they should decimate. Like, that's just how Green Bay works. I don't know why. That's how they work.
And if I was using my bias, Dallas would go 17-0. So,
yeah. But he's delusional,
right? But thank you guys for joining us. Again, we're gonna try and upload more. Excuse me. More different content to the channel. Try and expand what Beyond Us brings to the table. We'll still be doing our bi-weekly podcast. Don't worry about that. That'll still be happening.
Bi-weekly.
But we want to bring some new things to the table. Football things, just because Brett and I are big fans, as well as something we've discussed, movie reviews, TV reviews, like honest reviews about what's good and bad about the show or movie, ratings, stuff like that. We've talked about doing that for games. We've talked about doing it for a lot of things. So if there are things that you guys would be interested in seeing on this channel, put it in the comments.
Please.
And whatever you're interested in. If it's something that we think we can do, we'll try and give it a shot. If it's something we don't think we can do, then we won't. And, it's no harm, no foul, but you never know. You might actually spawn a great idea for a fantastic piece of content.
Yeah, maybe one video, maybe you spawn a series. Who knows?
Right. You never know. But, so thank you guys so much for hanging out with us on this adventure that took way longer than we wanted it to, but not longer than we thought it would, if we're being honest.
Next one will be shorter.
Next one should mathematically be shorter.
Hey,
but at the same time, apparently the AFC is way more stacked. The NFC is supposed to be the easier division to figure out.
True.
I mean, if we're being honest, it was easy to figure out who was going to win the divisions. But that is going to do it for us, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Once again, we are Beyond Us. We look forward to bringing you new and improved and different types of content. Please let us know what you guys would like to see. And with all that being said, when in doubt, we'll see you next time. Later, guys.
Adios.